And again, folks, I want to apologize for those technical difficulties. Live here at Warren's Joseph A. Massa Gymnasium. Starting lineups are being introduced for the Warren Dragons and the Meadville Bulldogs. A reminder that this broadcast is brought to you by Excel Pediatric Speech and Language Center. We'll take a brief moment here as the Dragons do their game introductions, and then we'll again mention our sponsors before.
And now, the starting lineup for your Warren Dragons. Coached by Mr. Mike Dolan, Ms. Sue Wallenberg, and Mr. Randy July. Sophomore, number 5, Carly Spears. Freshman, number 20, Kylie Bellman. Senior, number 3, Junior, number 23, Haley Meyer. Junior, number 12, Katie Madigan. Senior, number 4, Olivia English. Senior, number 9, Anna Shad.
And again, folks, we want to apologize for those technical difficulties as the Warren Dragons are about ready to go here against the Meadville Bulldogs. Meadville coming in with a record of 1-0, and the Dragons, this is their season opener. Special thanks to Excel Pediatric Speech and Language Center and Burger and Hartley for tonight's broadcast, excuse me. Looks like Meadville will be serving first. That's Megan Willis holding the ball. As we get set to go here between Warren and Meadville. So, Willis will get things started for us. And just waiting for the go X out and Katie Madigan in for the Dragons. And we are underway. Dug out there by Shattuck. Set. Beers over the net. Ella Stewart. Dug out again by Shattuck. And that's number 4 there, Kendall Sandrock. And the call is Warren. So the Dragons take an early 1-0 lead. And Olivia English back to serve for the Dragons. English dug out by Hilson, but it will go for an ace. 2-0 Dragons. Dragons out to an early 2-0 lead here. Olivia English serving. And that is going to be out. Meadville serve, and this will be number 4, Kendall Sandrock serving for the Bulldogs. Sandrock serves. Dug out by English. English over the net. Oh! And it deflects off the basketball hoops here for a Warren point, 3-1. Madigan set to serve here for the Dragons. Madigan serve over the net, dug out by Hilson. Over to Stewart. Stewart dug out by Madigan. Set by Meinwieser. Carly Beers over the net. Nice dig out there by Willis. Over the net, controlled by English. Set by Meinwieser. Shattuck. Oh, and a nice save there. Stewart over the net. Meinwieser, Sittler, and that's going to go out for a Meadville. So 3-2 Dragons in the early going here. Jillian Decker set to serve for the Bulldogs. Oh, and that goes off Shattuck for a Meadville ace. So Decker with a nice serve there, tying the score at 3 apiece. Decker. Oh, and a nice play there by Sittler. That's going to come up short. Boy, that's the second time we've seen the stanchions up top there come into play, as can be the case in volleyball. Decker serves again, and that one is into the net. So 4-4 here, Dragons and Bulldogs. Meredith Morrison will replace Carly Beers in to serve for the Dragons. Once again, tied at 4 here in the early going. First set. Morrison dug out by Decker. And that's going to be a point Warren. They lead 5-4. Morrison. Up and over, and that's going to go out for the Bulldogs. So 5-5 here in the early going between Warren and Meadville. Stewart set the serve here for the Bulldogs. Dug out there. Sittler. Oh, a miss hit from Sittler, and it's 6-5 Bulldogs. Ella Stewart set the serve once again for Meadville. Oh, and that one just gets over the net, tipped over by Meinwieser, but it's going to be a point Meadville. So the Bulldogs take a 7-5 lead here in set 1. Stewart with the serve. That is short. Oh, what a great serve by Stewart, as the Bulldogs take an 8-5 lead there on the Stewart ace. Stewart. Dug out by Shattuck. Set by Meinwieser. Back to Shattuck. Dug out there. Set by Stewart. Up and over. Dug out by English to Meinwieser. Sittler. Oh, a nice dig there by Kendall Sandrock. Up and over by Willis. Meinwieser tries to save it, but goes out of bounds for a Bulldogs. They lead 9-5 here in set 1. So Ella Stewart steps back up to the service line here with Meadville leading 9-5. Stewart up and over, dug out nicely by Madigan, set by Meinwieser. Oh, and that is going to be a point Dragons as they finally get the serve back here. It is now 9-6. Hannah Shattuck, a senior and returning starter, set to serve for the Dragons. Up and over, dug out by Stewart, set by Decker. Willis up and over, dug out by Meinwieser. Sittler, and that one is going to go out for a Meadville 10-6 Bulldogs. Bulldogs, and Julia Mook set to serve for Meadville. Mook up and over, set Meinwieser. English. Oh, a nice dig out there by Decker. Oh, and a nice play by Kendall Sandrock, and is now Mook back to serve. Mook. Oh, and a miss hit there by Katie Madigan. And it is now 12-6 Meadville. So the Bulldogs off to a hot start here. Early timeout, Dragons, with the Bulldogs leading 12-6. Once again, we want to take time out to thank our sponsors, Excel Pediatric Speech and Language Center. Is your child struggling with language development? Looking for quality pediatric speech therapy, a welcoming family environment? Then call Excel Pediatric Speech and Language Center, 814-723-2872. Now accepting new patients in their new location at 616 South Straight Street in North Warren. Erica, Jenna, and Brooke are ready to help your child excel. Call 814-723-2872 to speak with their friendly staff today. And by Borger and Horsley, attorneys and counselors at law. Visit them at 301 Market Street in Warren or call at 814-723-5030. So after that timeout, the Dragons make their way back onto the court, as do the Bulldogs, who have a 6 lead here in set 1. Olivia Mook back serving for Meadville. Mook up and over. Oh, and now again goes off the ceiling for a Meadville, but the third time we've seen that so far here in the early going, as the Bulldogs take a 13-6 lead. Mook serving. Meinwieser. English. Oh, and the Dragons get the serve back there on a nice kill from Olivia English, another returning starter, senior. Making the score 13-7 Meadville. Sittler serving for the Dragons. Dugout, Decker, Willis. Meinwieser over to English again. Oh, it dug out there nicely by Decker. Willis over the net, and that's going to be a Meadville point courtesy of Megan Willis. Now 14-7 Bulldogs. No substitution here for the Bulldogs as Kalani Kawada comes in to serve, defensive specialist. Kawada, Shattuck to Meinwieser. Oh, and a hit there by English, but it goes out for a Bulldogs. 15-7. So Meadville looking very good here early on as Kawada steps back up to the service line. Kawada set Meinwieser. English. And another kill from Olivia English. She's playing well early on for the Dragons as they get the serve back, trailing 15-8. Carly Beers enters for the Dragons, replacing Meredith Morrison. And Haley Meinwieser set the serve. Meinwieser dug out, and that is going to be a Dragons. So chipping away at this deficit, 15-9. Haley Meinwieser back on the service line. Meinwieser dug out there by Ella Stewart. Decker tries to save it, but it goes out of bounds for a Dragons. So that's 3 in a row for Warren as they cut the deficit to 15-10. Meinwieser dug out by Stewart. Up and over, dug out by Madigan. Meinwieser. English hits it out of bounds. Bulldogs. So Bulldogs leading 16-10 here. Megan Willis steps up to the service line. Meinwieser. Beers up and over. Dug out by Willis, set by Decker. Oh, and that ball's going to go out of bounds off the hit from Kendall Sandrock, now 16-11. English set to serve for the Dragons. Ricks up and over, dug out, Decker. Oh, Kendall Sandrock, and that's going to be a Meadville courtesy of Sandrock. Oh, no, I'm sorry, point Warren, courtesy of Shattuck, and it's now 16-12. English, dug out there by Stewart to Decker. Stewart up and over, dug out by Shattuck. Meinwieser sets, Beers over, dugout. Decker to Stewart. Oh, a nice play there by English, back up and over. Stewart again. Oh, and a miss hit there from the Dragons. One of the better rallies we've seen here so far. And Meadville takes a 17-12 lead. Kendall Sandrock set to serve for Meadville. Sandrock up and over, dug out by English. Set by Mindweezer to Shattuck. Dug out nicely by Sandrock. Stewart to Willis. Oh, a nice play by Megan Willis as she makes it 18-12 Bulldogs. Sandrock stepping up to the service line for Meadville. Sandrock dug out by Shattuck. English. Madigan will hit it up and over. Dug out, Sandrock. Decker, Stewart, and point Meadville. Bulldogs now leading 19-12 here in set one. Sandrock back to the service line. Shattuck. Mindweezer up and over by Beers. Dug out there by Sandrock. Decker. Stewart. Boy, Ella Stewart looking very good here early on in the first set for the Bulldogs as they take a 20-12 lead. And we're going to have a timeout from Warren coach Mike Dolan. And while we have a timeout, once again, thank our sponsors. Excel Pediatric Speech and Language Center. Is your child struggling with language development? Looking for quality pediatric speech therapy in a welcoming family environment? Then call Excel Pediatric Speech and Language Center at 814-723-2872. Now accepting new patients in their new location at 616 South State Street in North Warren. Erica, Jenna, and Brooke are ready to help your child excel. Call 814-723-2872 to speak with their friendly staff today. And by Borger and Horsley. Borger and Horsley, attorneys and counselors at law. Visit them at 301 Market Street in Warren or call 814-723-5030.
Between sets, read that.
So, Meadville and Kendall Sandrock back to the service line. They lead the Dragons here 20-12 in the first set. Sandrock. Dug out by Shattuck. Mindweezer sets. Oh, Shattuck. And a nice block there. And the Bulldogs take a 21-12 lead as Sandrock steps back to the service line. And we have a stoppage in play as the official comes out. Looks to be a substituting issue for the Dragons. Talking there to Katie Madigan. And everything appears to be in tip-top shape. As Sandrock will step back to the service line, Meadville leading 21-12 here in set one. Sandrock, Shattuck, Mindweezer sets. Beers up and over. Oh boy, nice block again there by Ella Stewart. She is having a big first set here as Meadville takes a commanding 22-12 lead. Sandrock back to serve for the Bulldogs. Dug out by Madigan. Mindweezer sets for Shattuck. Shattuck there with a nice play. But nevertheless, point goes to Meadville. 23-12 now as they're closing in on a victory here in set one. Sandrock back to the service line. Dug out by Shattuck. Set by Mindweezer. That's going to go over the net for a kill by Stewart. And the Bulldogs are 1 point away from a set one victory at 24-12. Kendall Sandrock has served the last 8 service points here for the Bulldogs. She steps back up and over, dug out Madigan. Set Mindweezer. Beers over the net, and that's not going to be able to be saved. Dragons, so they stay alive here in set one, trailing 24-13. As Madigan will go back for the serve. Madigan. Up and over. Dug out by Stewart. Set by Decker. Up and over by Willis. Oh, and Willis will close out the set for Meadville Bulldogs as they take set one 25-13 from the Warren Dragons here at Joseph A Massa Gymnasium in Warren. And between sets here, we'd like to thank our sponsors, Excel Pediatric Speech and Language Center. Is your child struggling with language development? Looking for quality pediatric speech therapy in a welcoming environment? Then call Excel Pediatric Speech and Language Center at 814-723-2872. Now accepting new patients in their new location at 616 South State Street in North Warren. Erica, Jenna, and Brooke are ready to help your child excel. Call 814-723-2872 to speak with their friendly staff today. Shout out to Katie from Mom and Dad. Borger and Horsley attorneys and counselors at law. Visit them at 301 Market Street in Warren or call 814-723-5030. And folks, we want to come in here with some breaking news live on D9 and 10 Sports, Facebook live broadcast between Warren and Meadville. The Sheffield at Curwensville football game slated for Friday, September 18th has been canceled. Again, the Sheffield at Curwensville football game slated for Friday, September 18th has been canceled. According to Curwensville head coach Jim Thompson, Sheffield informed Curwensville yesterday, September 17th, that it would not be able to play the game. The issue is not believed to be COVID-19 related. Again, these are unconfirmed reports from multiple sources that Sheffield has canceled the remainder of its season. So not just tomorrow night's game, but the remainder of its season. D9and10sports.com has reached out to Sheffield head coach Chris Corbar and Sheffield athletic director Corey Copley to confirm if that report is accurate. And again, this is a live, breaking, developing story with D9and10sports.com. Sheffield reportedly canceling its football game with Curwensville tomorrow evening. And multiple reports to D9and10sports.com that Sheffield will indeed cancel the remainder of its season. Stay tuned in to D9and10sports.com as we keep you updated on this breaking story. Unfortunate news for Sheffield there. We knew they were low on numbers coming into the season, of course, with the Abraxas co-op on effect this year. Just a really, really tough situation at Sheffield there, and if these reports are indeed true, we certainly feel for those kids as well as we get ready to start set number 2 here. Meadville taking set 1 by the score of 25-13. It appears Warren will serve first as freshman Kylie Fellman. Oh no! Now Fellman comes back off the court, and Katie Madigan returns to take the serve. As she gives a smile to head coach Mike Dolan. So Madigan again set to serve here to start set 2. Madigan gets us going here in the second set. Dug out there by Stewart, set by Decker. Hit by Willis, goes out of bounds. 1-0 Dragons. So Madigan steps up to the service line here. 1-0 Warren. Dug out by Willis, set by Decker. Up and over, a set by English. Shattuck tries to tip it over the net, but to no avail. Meadville tying the score at 1-1. So, Willis, who had a strong first set, steps to the service line for the Bulldogs. Dug out by Madigan, set by Meinwieser. Carly Beers up and over, dug out by Willis. Set by Decker. And that ball is into the net from Kalani Kawada Dragons. And we have Meredith Morrison checking in here for Warren as Carly Beers takes a quick seat. Morrison set to serve. Dug out there nicely, but it'll be a point for the Dragons as that went underneath the net on the dig attempt. As Morrison will step back to the service line, 3-1 Dragons here, set 2. Morrison, dug out there by Stewart, set by Decker, back to Stewart. Oh, and that ball goes into the net. Dragons. So a much better beginning to set 2 here for Warren after Meadville first set 5-13. Morrison, dug out by Stewart, tipped over the net by Sittler, dug out by Stewart, set by Decker, back to Stewart, Stewart up over, And a kill there from Ella Stewart as Olivia English made a diving attempt there to dig it out, but to no avail. 4-2 Dragons as Kendall Sandrock stepped to the service line for Meadville. Sandrock. Shattuck, set by Mineweezer, back to Shattuck. That ball goes out of bounds. Meadville. Now 4-3 Dragons. As Sandrock steps back to the service line. Sandrock up and over, dug out by Madigan, set by Mineweezer to Sittler. There's a kill from Jordan Sittler, making it 5-3 Dragons on the kill by Sittler as Hannah Shattuck gets set to serve. Shattuck dug out by Stewart. Back to Stewart, up and over. Shattuck to Mineweezer. English, nice block there. Stewart to Decker. Oh, and it's blocked there nicely by English. Dragons. So the Dragons doubling up the Bulldogs here early in set 2, 6-3, as Shattuck gets set to serve. Shattuck, dug out by Willis, set by Decker. Over to Stewart, dug out nicely by Madigan. Sittler to English, nice block there by Decker. Point Bulldogs, 6-4, Warren leads. As Jillian Decker, the setter for the Bulldogs, gets set to serve. Decker. Shattuck. Over the net by Mineweezer. Willis to Decker. And that ball is up and over, but out of bounds by Madeline Hilson. 7-4 Dragons. As freshman Kylie Fellman now checks in for Warren, as Jordan Sittler gets set to serve. Sittler dug out there nicely. Decker up and over there. And Sittler put the ball into the net to Meadville. So Meadville claws back to 2 here at 7-5. As Ella Stewart gets set to serve for the Bulldogs. Stewart, and that is going to go out of bounds for a point Warren. Carly Beers checking back in for the Dragons as Haley Mineweezer gets set to serve. Mineweezer dug out there by Hilson. Hilson to Decker. Decker to Willis on the outside. And there's another kill from Megan Willis. So Megan Willis with the kill there. Now 8-6 Dragons. Julia Mook back to serve for the Bulldogs. Mook dug out by Madigan. Set by Mineweezer. Beers up and over. Point Dragons. Courtesy of Carly Beers. The Dragons take a 9-6 lead over Meadville here in set 2. Olivia English getting set to serve. Again, Meadville took set 1, 25-13. Dragons looking to claw their way back in. English, and that goes out of bounds. Out of bounds there, Meadville. It's now 9-7 Warren. As checking in for the Bulldogs here, Kalani Kawada. Kawada will serve. Kawada, Madigan, a little trouble for Mineweezer, but she gets it over, back up and over the net there by Sandrock. Sarah Shattuck, dug out there by Stewart. Decker sets, Willis, nice block there by Beers. And that ball goes out of bounds for a point Dragons. Warren leading 10-7 here in set 2. And Jordan Sittler checking back in for the Dragons, replacing Kylie Fellman. Madigan with the serve. Dug out there by Alexis Holt. To Madeline Decker, to Sandrock. Dug out by Madigan. To Carly Beers. Carly Beers, nicely dug out there by Holt. Holt to Stewart. Drag 11-7 here in set 2. Madigan back to serve. Madigan dug out by Stewart to Decker to Willis on the outside. Oh, that ball is tipped for a point, Meadville. Boy, Megan Willis playing strong for Meadville on the outside as they cut the deficit to 11-8 here in set 2. And Willis will be serving. Willis. Dug out by Madigan, set by Meinwieser. Shattuck tipped over by Decker. Oh, tipped over there again by Sandrock. Meinwieser back over, dug out by Willis. Decker, Stewart on the outside. Madigan digs it out. Meinwieser, Shattuck, Dragons, Hannah Shattuck, the senior. Shattuck makes it 12-8 Dragons as Meredith Morrison will check in for Carly Beers and Morrison will serve. Morrison serving with the Dragons up 12-8 here in set 2. Morrison, nice serve there. Dug out by Holt. Decker, Stewart, dug out by English. Meinwieser to Shattuck on the outside. Shattuck dug out there by Willis. Decker to Stewart. Stewart over, dug out by Shattuck to English. Madigan tries to save it once again. A deflection off the ceiling. That will go for a Meadville. So Warren continues to hold, fluctuating here between 2 and 4 points, it seems, as Sandrock gets set to serve for the Bulldogs. Sandrock. Oh, a nice serve there, and that'll go for an ace, courtesy of Kendall Sandrock. So Sandrock makes it 12-10 now in favor of Warren, and she's back to serve once again. Oh, and she serves that one into the net. That'll go for a Dragons as they now lead 13-10 here over Meadville in set 2. An ace by Hannah Shattuck makes it 14-10 Warren. Shattuck back to serve once again. Shattuck, oh, a little miscommunication there between the Bulldogs, and that'll go for another ace for Shattuck. And we're going to get a timeout. Meadville, their first one of the contest, with the Dragons leading 15-10 here in set 2. We want to take a chance to once again thank our sponsors, Excel Pediatric Speech and Language Center. Is your child struggling with language development? Looking for quality pediatric speech therapy in a welcoming family environment? Then call Excel Pediatric Speech and Language Center at 814-723-2872. Now accepting new patients in their new location at 616 South State Street in North Wall. Call 814-723-2872 to speak with their friendly staff today. And by Borger & Horsley, Borger & Horsley attorneys and counselors at law. Visit them at 301 Market Street in Warren or call 814-723-5030. So, Shattuck back to serve as Meadville takes the court after the timeout. 15-10 Warren here in set number 2 after the Bulldogs took the first set. Shattuck dug out there by Stewart. Decker. Oh, and that ball is going to go for a point Dragons. Nice attempt there by Julia Mook, but point Dragons, they now lead 16-10. Shattuck back to serve. Dug out there nicely. Decker, Stewart, dug out by Madigan. Meinwieser to Sittler. Oh, a nice block there, but it goes out of bounds. Point Dragons. So, the Dragons now have a 7-point lead here over Meadville, 17-10. Shattuck once again serving. Shattuck, nice serve there. Decker, Mook, nice play there by Madigan. Meinwieser tips it up and over, and that's going to go for a Dragons. Haley Meinwieser taking over at setter this season. Gets the point now, now 18-10 Warren as they look to even it up here. Shattuck dug out Kawada. Oh, and a nice play there by Jillian Decker with a nice tip, and she breaks the Warren run and makes it 18-11 Dragons. And Decker now back to serve. Oh, and that will go as an ace. Morrison attempted to play it there, could not. So it's now 18-12 Warren. Decker once again back to serve. Decker. Sorry for those technical difficulties, folks. 18-14 Meadville. Meinwieser sets. Sittler dug out there nicely by Holt. Decker sets it for Stewart on the outside. Dug out by Shattuck to Meinwieser to English. Olivia English with the kill. 19-14 Dragons. As Kylie Fellman, the freshman, checks in, and Sittler will go back to serve. 19-14, Warren leading Meadville here in set 2. Sittler back to serve. Dug out there. Decker sets it up, and a nice block there by Warren. Excuse me, that goes into the net. Warren. And now 20-14 Dragons, as Sittler once again goes back to serve. Nice dig there, Holt, Decker. Oh, and a nice kill there, courtesy of Madeline Hilson, the senior outside hitter. Makes it 20-15 Warren. As Stewart now goes back to serve for Meadville. Dug out there nicely by Kawada to Stewart, backing over by Sandrock. Meinwieser set to English. That goes out of bounds. Meadville. Stewart back to serve for the Bulldogs. Madigan. Fellman. Dug out there by Decker. Decker to Stewart. Stewart, and a nice play there up by Willis. English up over, dug out, Decker. Decker, and a nice play there, courtesy of Kendall Sandrock. So, what was an 8 Warren lead has been cut to 3 now, 20-17, after that play by Kendall Sandrock. And Ella Stewart now goes to serve for the Bulldogs. Stewart up and over. Dug out Morrison. Meinwieser to Fellman. Dug out by Stewart. The ball gets stuck up there. Sandrock to Willis. Bulldogs get it up and over. Meinwieser. Meadville. So an 8 lead is now down to 2 as Warren leads 20-18 in set 2. Stewart once again back to serve. Stewart, English, Meinwieser. English there, and a block by the Bulldogs. And there's now a 1-point game. Timeout Warren, Mike Dolan. So what was 18-10 Warren is now 20-19 Warren, as Meadville has rallied. Again, I want to thank our sponsors for tonight's broadcast, Excel Pediatric Speech and Language Center. Is your child struggling with language development, looking for pediatric speech therapy in a welcoming family environment? Then call Excel Pediatric Speech and Language Center at 814-723-2872. Now accepting new patients in the new location at 616 South State Street in North Warren. Erica, Jenna, and Brooke are ready to help your child excel. Call 814-723-2872 to speak with their friendly staff today. And Borger and Horsley. Borger and Horsley, attorneys and counselors at law. Visit them at 301 Market Street in Warren, or call 814-723-5030. So, the situation, Meadville leading 1-0. Warren leading 20-19 here in set number 2 as Ella Stewart back to serve. Stewart, dug out by Shattuck, up and over. Nice play there. Fellman to Meinwieser, up and over. Decker, Stewart, Willis, no, Dragons. So Warren leading 21-19 here in what has become a very tight set number 2. As Carly Beers will check in for the Dragons. Weezer, dug out there. Decker, up and over. Madigan, Beers, dug out by Stewart to Decker. Back to Stewart. Stewart up and over, dug out by Meinwieser to Madigan. Piers, no, Meadville. So back and forth we go here in set 2. Warren now leading 21-20 as Mook is back to serve for Meadville. Mook. Dug out by Shattuck to Meinwieser. Beers up and over. Dug out there by Stewart to Decker to Willis. Oh, a nice block there. The freshman Kylie Fellman. So Warren now leads 22-20 here in set number 2 as Olivia English goes back to serve. English dug out. Decker sets it up for Willis. Willis up and over, tipped. English to Meinwieser. Shattuck, and that ball is out of bounds. Meadville. Meadville cuts the deficit to 22-21 as Kawada will now come in to serve for the Bulldogs. Kawada. Shattuck, Meinwieser, over to Beers. Beers gives the Dragons a 23-21 lead. Carly Beers. Time a much tighter affair here in step 2 as Carly Beers has just given the Dragons a 23-21 lead. Once again, we're coming to you live at d9and10sport.com from Joseph A. Massa Gymnasium in Warren. The Dragons hosting the Meadville Bulldogs as Warren comes back out onto the court. Tim Schleicher continues to advise his team there in the huddle. And now they come together, they're ready, and they come back out on the court. Again, Schleicher, Tim Schleicher, Meadville, Mike Dolan, Warren, both veteran head coaches. Madigan back to serve for the Dragons, leading 23-21. Madigan dug out there nicely. Willis, will she have a play on it? No. Warren. The Dragons now 1 point away from evening this match at 1-1. Madigan will serve as the Dragons look to close it out. Madigan dug out Willis. Willis to Decker. Decker. Sandrock. Shattuck up and over. And what I have here, we are going to have a set win for the Warren Dragons. So, after Meadville takes set number 1, 25-13, the Dragons rally and take the second 25-11 to even the match at 1 set apiece. Again here, we want to thank our sponsors for making this broadcast possible. Excel Pediatric Speech and Language Center. Is your child struggling with language development? Looking for quality pediatric speech therapy in a welcoming family environment? Then call Excel Pediatric Speech and Language Center at 814-723-2872. Now accepting new patients in their new location at 616 South State Street in North Warren. Erica, Jenna, and Brooke are ready to help your child excel. Call 814-723-2872 to speak with their friendly staff today. Shout out to Katie from Mom and Dad. And by Borger and Horsley. Borger and Horsley, attorneys and counselors at law. Visit them at 301 Market Street in Warren or call 814-723-5030. Again, updating a breaking story on d9and10sports.com is being reported, multiple sources to d9and10sports.com, that Sheffield is forfeiting their game against Kerwinsville tomorrow evening, and in fact, unconfirmed reports to d9and10sports.com that their season is in fact over. Again, continue to check back with d9and10sports.com for updates on this breaking story. Back to the action here at Joseph A. Massa Gymnasium. Meadville taking the first set by a score of 25-13. Warren rallies for a win in set number 2, 25-21. So 1 set apiece here in the opener for the Dragons. Meadville is 1-0, coming off a 3-0 victory over Old City as both teams take the court here for set number 3. Madigan enters for the Dragons. Sandrock for the Bulldogs. As we're about ready to go. And it's going to be Meadville's serve to start. Megan Willis. That's Megan Willis, the outside hitter, getting set to serve to start set number 3. She does. English, set by Meinwieser. Beers. Nope. Meadville. Ella Stewart there at the net for the Bulldogs, playing a strong match tonight. As Willis goes back to serve. Willis. Oh, Shattuck. Madigan. Shattuck tips it up and over. Dug out there. Decker to Sandrock. Point Bulldogs. Kendall Sandrock as they take an early 2-0 lead here in set number 3. Megan Willis for the Bulldogs back to serve. Willis. That goes out of bounds. Point Dragons, 2-1 Meadville. Meredith Morrison checking in for the Dragons. She will serve. Morrison. Up and over. Dug out there by Holt. Set by Decker to Stewart. Boy, Ella Stewart is having a very nice match to this point. The outside hitter for the Bulldogs. Middle hitter, excuse me, junior, as she gives Meadville a 3-1 lead. And Sandrock will go back to serve for Meadville. Kendall Sandrock. Oh, a miss hit there by Katie Madigan, and it's 4-1 Meadville. Boy, that is rare to see from Katie Madigan. But nevertheless, it makes it 4-1 Meadville, as Sandrock goes back to serve. Sandrock. Dug out by Morrison to Meinwieser. Sittler blocked the... No! Dragons Jordan Sittler. The senior and Pitt Bradford commit makes it 4-2. Meadville in the lead as Shattuck goes back to serve. Shattuck dug out by Stewart. Set to Decker. Up and over there. Meinwieser digs it out. So Olivia English makes it 4-3 now in favor of Meadville here in set number 3. Hannah Shattuck back to serve. Shattuck. Dug out. Willis. Stewart. Dug out by Madigan. Set by Meinwieser. English up and over. Dug out. Set to Decker. Decker to Mook. Mook up and over. The Dragons say what they do. It's Meinwieser. Willis. Decker tries to tip it up and over, but it goes into the net. Dragons tying the third set here at 4-4. This will be Shattuck once again. Shattuck dug out by Willis. Set Decker back to Stewart. Stewart dug out by English. Meinwieser at the net. Pushed over by Mook. Madigan digs it out. English up and over. Dug out by Willis. Set by Decker. Mook. And that is going to go out of bounds. Warren, they lead 5-4 here in set number 3. Again, we are tied at 1 set apiece. As Shattuck back to serve. Oh, Shattuck, and that is going to be short. For Bulldogs tying it at 5. Madeline Hilson checks back in for the Bulldogs as Jillian Decker goes back to serve. Decker, dug out by Morrison. Set Meinwieser. English blocked at the net there. Nice play by Mook. It's unable to be saved. Dragons. So Warren taking a 6-5 lead here over Meadville in set number 3. Jordan Sittler will serve. Sittler dug out there nicely to Stewart. Stewart, Shattuck to English, up and over. Oh, nice dig there. And we're going to have a Warren. Warren, 7-5 Dragons. 7-5 Dragons. Sittler. That ball is going to go out to Meadville. 7-6. As Madigan checks back in for Warren, and Stewart gets set to serve for the Bulldogs. Stewart, dug out Shattuck. Meinwieser to English. Nice block there at the net by Mook. Although miscommunication there from the Bulldogs. Bunt goes up and over from Sandrock. Madigan digs out. Meinwieser, English, and that is going to go long for a Meadville, evening the score at 7 apiece. As the Meadville JV team has formed their own little cheering section in the balcony. They appreciated that as Stewart goes back to serve. Stewart, up and over. English, oh, saved by Meinwieser. Oh, and a nice play there by Madigan, but it's, oh, and it's in. Wow. Katie Madigan, what a play there. It stays in. Dragons. They lead 8-7. Alexis Holt back in for Meadville. Haley Meinwieser back to serve for the Dragons. Meinwieser, dug out there by Sandrock. Decker to Willis on the outside. Willis dug out by Shattuck to Meinwieser. English hits, and that's going to go out of bounds for Meadville. So, tied at 8 apiece here in set number 3, 1-1 in the match, as Julia Mook goes back to serve for the Bulldogs. Mook, dug out Madigan, set Shattuck, up and over by English, dug out Stewart, Decker set, up and over, set Madigan, Pierce blocked at the net by Willis, Madigan sets to Pierce again, blocked once again by Willis. Meinwieser sets this time to Fellman. Fellman up and over. Oh, a nice play there by Kendall Sandrock. Madigan digs it out. Meinwieser up and over. Dug out Decker to Stewart. Up and over by Sandrock. Madigan digs it out. Meinwieser sets. English. Point Dragons. Boy, the action fast and furious, as that's one of the better rallies we've seen so far here. Warren, they lead 9-8. So 9-8 Dragons. Olivia English, the senior, back to serve. English, dug out by Stewart. Holt. Willis gets it over. Madigan. Meinwieser. Beers up, over, and in for a Dragons. Carly Beers makes it 10-8. There's a brief delay here in the action as the ball went out into the hallway, and we get it back into play. English back to serve for the Dragons. 10-8 Warren, set 3. English dug out by Willis, set by Decker. Up and over by Hilson, dug out there nicely. Tips it up and over. Willis, Decker back to Willis. Willis hits it out of bounds. Dragons 11-8 Warren. 11-8 Warren here in set 3 as English once again back to serve. English. Oh, a nice serve there. That's going to be a Dragons. Olivia English. Stewart tried to dig it out for the Bulldogs, but it's English who makes it to 8 Dragons. And we're going to have a timeout. Meadville and Coach Tim Schleicher with remaining 12-8 here in set number 3. Well, for the moment, we want to once again thank our sponsors, Excel Pediatric Speech and Language Center. Is your child struggling with language development, looking for quality pediatric speech therapy, a welcoming family environment? Then call Excel Pediatric Speech and Language Center at 814-723-2872. Now accepting new patients in their new location at 616 South State Street in North Warren. Erica, Jenna, and Brooke are ready to help your child excel. Call 814-723-2872 to speak with their friendly staff today. Shout out to Katie from Mom and Dad. And by Borger & Horsley. Borger & Horsley, attorneys and counselors at law. Visit them at 301 Market Street in Warren or call 814-723-5030. Dragons back out on the court as Meadville breaks the huddle, and they are also now back on the court. English serving here. Dragons on a mini run to take a 12-8 lead. English dug out by Stewart. Holt back to Stewart. She gets it over, and that deflects up onto the basketball hoop and out for a Meadville. Kawada back into serve for Meadville. They trail Warren 12-9 here in set 3. Kawada dug out Madigan. Mindweezer to Beers. Oh, a beautiful tip there by Carly Beers as the Dragons take a 13-9 lead. Carly Beers, the sophomore for the Dragons, playing a very good third set. Fellman checks out and Sittler back in for the Dragons. Madigan hits it over. Dug out there nicely. Sittler dug out by Stewart. To Decker, to Willis on the outside. Willis gets it over, dug out by English. Mindweezer sets. Shattuck makes a play there, but goes into the net for a Meadville. So now 13-10. Warren leading Meadville here in set number 3 as Megan Willis goes back to serve for the Bulldogs. Willis dug out by English. Saved there by Mindweezer. Shattuck gets it over. Dug out by Holt. Decker sets. Hit there by Sandrock, and it's going to go for a point, Meadville. So Kendall Sandrock with the point there for Meadville makes it 13-11 Warren as Willis goes back to serve once again. Willis, nice serve there. Dug out by Shattuck, and it's going to go for a point, Meadville. A very nice serve there by Megan Willis, cutting the deficit to 13-12 Warren. Willis, Shattuck digs it out. Mindweezer sets. Beers, dug out by Willis. Decker sets for Stewart. Stewart gets it up and over, dug out by English to Mindweezer. To Shattuck. It goes into the net for a point, Bulldogs, evening the score at 13 apiece. So all square here at 13. And that serve goes out of bounds from Willis for a point, Dragons. So back and forth we go here in set number 3. Warren leading 14-13 as Meredith Morrison checks in for Beers to serve. Morrison hits it into the net. Meadville 14-14. Meadville and Warren. Set 3. Kendall Sandrock back to serve. Sandrock dug out. English. Mindweezer sets Sittler. Dug out there nicely by Sandrock. Decker. Mook. Meadville. Madigan looks a little dismayed there, but nevertheless, point Bulldogs. They lead 15-14. Sandrock back to serve. Short, dug out nicely by Madigan, over by Mindweezer. Willis to Decker. Stewart, that's going to be out of bounds. Point Warren, 15-15. Shattuck to serve for Dragons. Dug out by Stewart. Set Decker. Mook. Dug out by Shattuck. Meinwieser to English. Dug out. Decker. Up and over by Kawada. Dug out by Shattuck. Sittler tips it up and over. Nice keeper alive by Decker. Gets it to Stewart. Nice block there by Sittler. Stewart gets it back over. Dug out by Morrison. Sittler. Oh, a nice block there at the net by Mook. Another good rally there as Mook will block to make it 16-15 Bulldogs. Substitution for Meadville. Madeline Hilson back into the contest. Jillian Decker in to serve for the Bulldogs. And that's going to go out of bounds. Warren. That knots us once again at 16 apiece. As Fellman checks back in for Warren. Sittler to serve. Sittler, that is out of bounds. Warren like it was inbounds. And we're having some discussion here now with the officials. Meadville. So the officials ruled that serve from Jordan Sittler went out, and it gives the Bulldogs a 17-16 lead. Ella Stewart back to serve for Meadville. Stewart, dug out by Shattuck. Set by Meinwieser. Oh, a nice play there by Mook, the net Bulldogs. Julia Mook makes it 18-16 Meadville here in set 3. Stewart. Nice serve there. Dug out by Morrison. Meinwieser. Up and over and out of bounds by Fellman. And Meadville takes its best lead of the set at 19-16. And that's going to prompt Warren coach Mike Dolan to call timeout. Once again, we want to thank our sponsors for making this broadcast possible on D9and10sports.com. Excel Pediatric Speech and Language Center. Is your child struggling with language development? Looking for pediatric speech therapy, a welcoming family environment? Then call Excel Pediatric Speech and Language Center at 814-723-2872. Now accepting new patients and their new location at 616 South State Street in North Warren. Erica, Jenna, and Brooke are ready to help your child excel. Call 814-723-2872 to speak with their friendly staff today. And by Borger and Horsley. Borger and Horsley, attorneys and counselors at law. Visit them at 301 Market Street in Warren or call 814-723-5030. So again, setting the stage here, tied at one set apiece. Meadville leading 19-16 here in set number 3 as Ella Stewart will go back to serve for Bulldogs. Stewart. English gets it over. Oh, and there's some miscommunication there by the Bulldogs. Dragons makes it 19-17 Meadville. Carly Beers will come in for Warren, replacing Meredith Morrison. Haley Meinwieser back to serve. Meinwieser dug out. Decker. Nice save there by Madigan, but it's not enough as Madeline Hilson gets a kill for the Bulldogs to make it 20-17. A strong hit there from Madeline Hilson, and the Bulldogs are once again up 3 here in set number 3. Mook back to serve. Madigan. English. Beers hits it up and over. Mook. Set Decker. Kendall Sandrock off the set from Jillian Decker makes it 21-17 Meadville. So Meadville now with a 4-point lead here, 21-17. In set 3, Julia Mook. English. Madigan. Beers, and that goes into the net as Meadville is assuming control here now, leading 22-17 here in set number 3. Mook. Dugout English. Mineweezer. Madigan hits it up and over. Stewart. Decker. Hilson, and a nice block there at the net by Thelman. Makes it 22-18, so the Dragons trying to stay alive here in set number 3. English to serve. Dugout Willis. Set Decker. Stewart gets it over. Dugout Madigan. Mineweezer sets for Shattuck. Shattuck, oh, dug out there nicely by Stewart, but no one's there. Point Dragons. So Ella Stewart dug it out there, but no one was there for the Bulldogs. It's now 22-19 Meadville here in set 3. English back to serve. English, oh, nice play there again by Stewart to Decker. Up and over the net by Sandrock. Mineweezer, Beers. Stewart digs it out. Decker to Willis on the outside. Tipped, saved by Madigan to Mineweezer. Shattuck up and over. Dugout Stewart. Set Decker to Willis once again. Bulldogs. Megan Willis makes it 23-19 Meadville. As Madeline Hilson up and over. Dugout English. Mineweezer to Beers. Dugout Stewart to Decker. Back to Willis. Dugout English. Mineweezer sets for Shattuck. Shattuck. Oh, and a dig attempt there by Alexis Holt goes out of bounds. Dragons 23-20 as Jordan Sittler now checks back in for the Dragons. Alexis Holt back in for the Bulldogs. Katie Madigan serving 23-20 Meadville. Dug out by Willis. Set Decker. Back to Willis. She tips it up and over. Dug out Mineweezer. Set Madigan. Beers tips it up and over. And a beautiful play there to make it 23-21. Alexis Holt tried valiantly to dig that one out, but could not. And that puts a timeout Meadville. So much the way as set number 2, set number 3 is proving to be a tight one. Meadville 23, Warren 21, set number 3. We are tied 1-1 here again, once again coming to you live for D9 and 10 Sports.com. I'm Andy Close alongside leading Warren here, 23-21. Tied Madigan. Up and over, dug out by Stewart. Decker, Holt over the net. Madigan, Mineweezer, Sittler, Dragons, Jordan Sittler. Warren cuts it to 1. 23-22 Meadville. As Madigan goes back to serve. Madigan, Holt digs it out. Decker, set. Blocked by the Dragons. Up and over by Decker. Point Meadville. Jillian Decker. 24-22 Bulldogs, and they are 1 point away from taking a 2-1 lead here against the Warren Dragons. Megan Willis gets it over. Dug out by English, saved by Shattuck. Can English save it? She cannot. Meadville takes the third set, 25-22, and takes a 2-1 here to lead against the Warren Dragons. So Meadville now leading 2-1 as we will go to set 4 here. Again, we want to thank our sponsors. Excel Pediatric Speech and Language Center. Is your child struggling with language development? Looking for quality pediatric speech and therapy in a welcoming family environment? Then call Excel Pediatric Speech and Language Center at 814-723-2872. Now accepting new patients in their new location at 616 South State Street in North Warren. Erica, Jenna, and Brooke are ready to help your child excel. Call 814-723-2872 to speak with their friendly staff today. Border and Horsley, attorneys and counselors at law. Visit them at 301 Market Street in Warren or call 814-723-5030. Once again, live here for D9and10sports.com. I am Andy Close alongside Brian Hagberg. Meadville leading Warren 2-1. The Bulldogs took the first set 25-13. The Dragons rallied to take the second set 25-21. And Meadville there with a victory in set 3 to take a 2-1 lead. And in case you missed it earlier, we want to update you on our breaking story on D9and10sports.com. The Sheffield Wolverines football team is forfeiting their game tomorrow. Multiple reports against the Kerrville Golden Tide. And again, unconfirmed, multiple sources to D9and10sports.com that the Wolverines season is in fact over. Again, these issues are not COVID-19 related. The Wolverines had been struggling with numbers. Just 20 kids dressed for their game, their season opener against Keystone on Saturday. So again, a very unfortunate situation for the Sheffield Wolverines football program. So Warren is back out on the court here for set number 4. They trail 2-1. Meadville still in their huddle. Again, awaiting the start here of set 4, and we want to thank everyone, not just Jeff White here at Warren, but all the athletic directors working through a very fluid COVID situation. So many ADs, school administrators working around the clock to make these seasons possible for these student athletes. And we here at D9and10sports.com want to give a shout out to them and know that they are appreciated. The Meadville JV team seated up on the balcony has been very active in cheering on their Bulldogs, masks and all. Again, the JV squad spaced out here at Joseph A. Massa Gymnasium in the upper balcony. The Bulldogs have come back out onto the court, and we're about ready here to start set number 4. Meadville leading 2-1. And again, for those watching at home, even the players who are on the bench wearing masks when they come out of the game. So a season unlike any we've ever seen before, as Madigan gets set to serve to start set 4. Madigan dug out by Stewart. Set Decker over to Willis. Willis dug out by English. Meinwieser up over by Madigan, dug out by Holt. Decker up and over. Saved there, Meinwieser. Madigan gets it over, Holt digs it out. Stewart tips it up and over. Saved there by Meinwieser. Decker sets. And that ball is going to go out of bounds off the hit from Kendall Sandbrook. Dragons, they jump out to the early lead here in set number 4. And a brief stoppage in play here as Alexis Holt ties her shoe. Now she's ready to go. As is Katie Madigan. Oh, Holt digs it out. Can it be saved? It can by Decker. Holt gets it up and over. Meinwieser sets for Sittler. That ball is out of bounds. So out of bounds there from Sittler, evening the score at 1-1 here in set number 4. Megan Willis to serve for Meadville. Dug out by English. Meinwieser sets for Shattuck. Shattuck dug out by Holt to Stewart. Dug out by Shattuck. Meinwieser hits it up, over, and out of bounds. Meadville. So the Bulldogs take a 2-1 lead here early in set number 4. They lead 2-1 in the best of 5 here from Joseph A. Massa Gymnasium. Back to serve. Oh, a beautiful serve there from Megan Willis. It goes for an ace. 3-1 Bulldogs. Hannah Shattuck tried her best to dig it out, but it goes as an ace for Willis. 3-1 Meadville. Willis, another nice serve dug out by Shattuck. Meinwieser sets. Beers gets it up and over. Dug out by Holt. Decker. Stewart. Ella Stewart. Meadville. 4-1 Meadville. Willis. Oh, again, another pinpoint picture perfect serve by Megan Willis. As Shattuck once again tried to dig it out. Again, Megan Willis is putting these serves right where she wants them. 5-1 Meadville. Another good serve there, dug out by Madigan. Beers gets it up over. Willis to Decker. Stewart. Meadville. So Ella Stewart makes it 6-1 Meadville here in set number 4. As the Bulldogs getting off to just the start they wanted to here as they look to close this one out. Willis. Dug out Madigan. Meinwieser. Sittler. Dug out Willis. Decker to Stewart. That ball goes into the net. Point Dragons, so the Meadville run is stopped. Meadville leading Warren 6-2 in set number 4. Meredith Morrison, replacing Carly Beers into serve for the Dragons. Decker. Stewart. Oh, great dig by Madigan, back up and over to Willis. Decker. Dug out there by English. Shattuck up and over, dug out by Holt. Decker. Stewart. Bulldogs. Ella Stewart taking over here in set 4 for Meadville. They have all the momentum and seemingly all the energy on the court right now. Here's the serve. Dug out by Morrison. Meinwieser sees it at the last minute. Shattuck tries to tip it over. No! Meadville there as Kendall Sandrock was serving there for the Bulldogs, and it's now 8-2 Meadville. Again, Kendall Sandrock serving for Meadville. Madigan. Meinwieser. Sittler. Oh, a nice dig there by Sandbrook, but no. A big hit there from Jordan Sittler, the senior middle hitter, makes it 8-3 Meadville. Shattuck back to serve for the Dragons. Shattuck, dug out by Willis. Decker, up and over there. Meinwieser, English, dug out Willis. Stewart with a nice tip, dug out by Sittler to Meinwieser. Back to English, nice block there. And a nice block there by Julia Mook to give Meadville a 9-3 lead. A lot of action there at the net on that one. As we're going to have a substitution here from Meadville. Madeline Hilson checking back in. The senior outside hitter. Decker. Dug out Shattuck. Meinwieser. Tips Sittler. Dug out. Decker. Sets to Stewart. Stewart dug out by Madigan, but it goes inbounds. Warren. Katie Madigan. A great match here for the Dragons. Digs it out. Point Dragons. 9-4 Meadville. The freshman Fellman back in for Warren as the senior Sittler gets back to serve. Sittler. Dug out. Up and over. Meinwieser tips it. Willis. Decker. English. Dug out there, a dig out attempt, I should say, by Kendall Sandrock, but it goes for naught. Warren 9-5. Sittler. Dug out Willis. Set Decker. Gets it over there on the left side. Hilson gets it up and over. Set Meinwieser. Over to English. Dug out Willis. Oh, a great save there by Sandrock. Decker gets it over. Shattuck. Meinwieser. Fellman. Out of bounds. Meadville. So the Bulldogs take a 10-5 lead here in set 4. They lead 2-1. As Ella Stewart will go back to serve for the Bulldogs. Stewart. Madigan. Mindweezer sets. English. Point Dragons. Olivia English. So Olivia English cuts the deficit to 4, and Haley Mindweezer back to serve for Warren. As Carly Beers will check back into the contest for the Dragons. Mindweezer. Dug out there nicely. Decker. Willis. Up and over, deflected. Mindweezer. Madigan. English. Oh, another nice dig there by Sandrock. Willis. Dug out Shattuck. English. Tipped at the net. Nice save there by Decker. Willis. Hope gets it up and over, but it goes out of bounds. Point Dragons. Meadville now leads 10-7. Oh, and we're going to have a brief stop here in play. It's Kendall Sandrock wiping off a wet spot on the floor. All right, and we're back to action with Mindweezer serving. Dug out there, Decker to Willis. Willis gets it over. Dug out Shattuck. Beers. And a nice hit there at the net by Mook. Meadville 11-7 Bulldogs here in set number 4. Mook back to serve for Meadville. Shattuck, Madigan. Beers will get it up and over. Dug out Mook, Decker, Hilson. Trying to save it. There's Hannah Shattuck, but she cannot. Meadville. Madeline Hilson makes it 12-7 Bulldogs. And Mike Dolan having a conversation with the official. And the officials will now converge here. Meadville leading 12-7 in set number 4. Lines, but they're here, and the ruling. And the ruling is still waiting as the discussion continues. And point Meadville. So after all of that, my partner Brian Hagberg. So we're going to replay that. Meadville leading 12-7 here in set number 4. So the official goes over to the scorers table briefly. Julia Mook serving for Meadville 11-7. That's 11-7 Meadville leading Warren here in set 4. Mook dug out Madigan. Mindweezer sets to English, who gets it up and over. Dug out by Decker. Little miscommunication there. But, and Hilson cannot get it over. She hits it into the net. Dragons making it 11-8 Meadville. English back to serve for Warren. And that serve is going to be short. Meadville. So, 12-8 Bulldogs as Madeline Hilson goes back to serve. Hilson, dug out by Shattuck. Mindweezer sets for Shattuck. Oh, and a nice block there at the net by Decker. Meadville, Jillian Decker. Decker and Hilson there at the net for the Bulldogs. And another discussion here with the officials. Stands for the Bulldogs. They lead 15-8 here in set number 4. Hilson to serve. English, Mindweezer, Beers up and over. Dug out Stewart. Willis blocked at the net there nicely by the Dragons. Carly Beers. Hilson gets it over. Meinwieser. Shattuck blocked at the net there. And Willis is going to get it up and over for the Bulldogs. Madigan for the Dragons. Meinwieser sets. Shattuck out of bounds. Meadville. They now take their best lead of set number 4 here, 14-8. Again, Meadville leading 2-1 in the match, 14-8 here in set 4. Oh, a beautiful serve there by Madeline Hilson is going to make it 15-8 Meadville. So Madeline Hilson there with the ace, and the Bulldog. Hilson, nice play there. Madigan gets it back up and over. Decker gets it over. Madigan digs it out. Shattuck. Oh, a nice tip there by Shattuck. A beautiful dig there. And that ball goes out of bounds. Boy, Hilson with a great dig there to save it from Meadville. But the hit goes out of bounds. Dragons, they trail 15-9. Katie Madigan in to serve for Warren. Madigan. Dug out Holt. Decker sets. Oh, and a great hit there. A great hit there by Kendall Sandrock. 16-9 Meadville. So Willis back now to serve here for the Bulldogs, leading 16-9 in set number 4. Gets it up and over. Shattuck. Beers. Beers hits it out of bounds. Meadville 17-9. 17-9 Bulldogs here in set 4. They lead 2-1. Willis back to serve for the Bulldogs. Shattuck. Meinwieser. Sittler dug out there nicely by Holt. Holt gets it up and over. Madigan. Meinwieser. Sittler, a nice block there by Sandrock. Back up and over for the Dragons. The Dragons desperately needed that point, and they get it. Meadville now leads 17-10. Meredith Morrison going to come on here to serve for Warren. Morrison. Oh, and a miss hit there by Holt. And another point for the Dragons as they inch their way closer at 17-11. Morrison. Dug out by Stewart. Decker sets. Sandrock over. Meinwieser to Madigan. Shattuck tipped there at the net. Dug out by Stewart. Gets it to Decker. Back to Stewart. Big hit there by Alice Stewart. And she put the Bulldogs back up 7 at 18-11. Julia Mook coming back in for Meadville. Kendall Sandrock back to serve. Sandrock dug out by Madigan. Meinwieser sets. Sittler. Oh, a nice block there at the net by Mook. But it goes out of bounds for Dragons. Hannah Shattuck serve for Warren. Shattuck dug out. Decker. Mook. Shattuck. Meinwieser. Oh! And a nice play there at the net by Meadville. They lead 19-12. 19-12 Bulldogs. Madeline Hilson checks back in for Meadville as Jillian Decker goes back to serve. Decker dug out by Shattuck. Meinwieser. Sittler tips it up and over. Stewart gets it back over. English to Meinwieser. Back to Sittler. Dug out there by Decker. Willis gets it over. Dug out by Madigan. Meinwieser sets. English deflected. Decker sets. Hilson dug out by Madigan to Meinwieser. Sittler tips it. Stewart gets it to Decker. Back to Stewart. Blocked at the net there. Jordan Sittler and Haley Meinwieser. Dragons So again, another long volley there goes the way of Warren. They now trail 19-13 as Jordan Sittler gets set to serve. Dug out to Decker. Hilson, dug out by Shattuck. And that's going to be a point Warren. Hannah Shattuck. 19-14 Bulldogs. Set 4. Sittler. Dug out to Decker. Decker to Hilson. Blocked. Back to Decker to Stewart. Saved by Sittler to Meinwieser. Fallon gets it over. Willis. Decker. Stewart. Dug out Shattuck. Meinwieser to English. Out of bounds. Meadville. So Meadville takes a 20-14 lead here in set 4, leading 2-1. They look to close out Warren. Ella Stewart back to serve for the Bulldogs. Stewart, nice serve. Morrison digs it out, but is blocked at the net for Meadville. 21-14. Meadville leads here in set number 4. Stewart to serve. Dug out by Shattuck. Meinwieser. English. Olivia English. A big point there for the Dragons as they try and stay in the set and the match. 21-15 Meadville as Carly Beers comes back in for Warren. Haley Meinwieser to serve. Meinwieser dug out by Willis. To Decker. To Hilson. Meinwieser. English up and over. And that is deflected. Yes, I believe so. It is deflected. Point Dragons. Dragons as they cut the margin to 21-16. Haley Meinwieser to serve for the Dragons. Oh, Meinwieser. Oh, that looked like it might just tick over the net, but it does not. It goes into the net for a point Meadville. The Bulldogs lead 22-16 and are now 3 points away from closing out the match. Mook to serve. Nice serve there. Madigan. English up and over. Another strong hit from Olivia English. 22-17 Meadville. English with a kill, and now she gets to serve. English dug out by Stewart to Holt. Stewart up and over. Madigan. Meinwieser up and over. Hilson. There's Meinwieser. Shattuck. Oh, a great play there. Willis tips it up and over, but blocked at the net. Point Dragons. A great play there from the freshman Fellman to block it at the net, cutting the deficit to 22-18. Set number 4 here, Meadville leading 2-1. English. Oh, and a bad play there for the Dragons, but good for the Bulldogs as that goes into the net. 23-18 Meadville. They're now 2 points away from closing out the match. There's a serve by Hilson. And we're going to have a violation there on Meadville. Dragons. Now 23-19 Meadville. Katie Madigan back to serve for Warren. Madigan the junior. Willis. Decker. Stewart. Excuse me, that was Sandrock, and it goes out of bounds. Dragons 23-20. They have cut the deficit to 3 here in set number 4. Madigan. Dug out by Holt. That's going to go over the net. Tip by Shattuck. Tip back Stewart. Sandrock up and over. Madigan. Mindweezer to Sittler. Kill Jordan Sittler. And the Dragons have come clawing back here in set number 4. It's 23-21. And that's going to prompt a Meadville timeout. So the Dragons look like they were left for dead there, but a rally has cut it to 23-21 Meadville. We want to thank our sponsors. Excel Pediatric Speech and Language Center. Is your child struggling with language development? Looking for quality pediatric speech therapy in a welcoming family environment? Then call Excel Pediatric Speech and Language Center at 814-723-2872. Now accepting new patients in their new location at 616 South State Street in North Warren. Erica, Jenna, and Brooke are ready to help your child excel. Call 814-723-2872 to speak with their friendly staff today. And by Borger and Horsley. Borger and Horsley attorneys and counselors at law. Visit them at 301 Market Street in Warren or call 814-723-5030. So starting the action here, Meadville leading 2-1 over Warren. The Bulldogs lead 23-21 here in set number 4 as the Dragons have come rolling back to try and extend this match to 5 sets. Still a lot of work to do though, as Katie Madigan will go back to serve for the Dragons. Madigan dug out by Stewart, but that's going to go out of bounds. Now 23-22. What a rally here by the Dragons as they look to extend this to a 5th and decisive set. Madigan dug out by Stewart. Set Decker over to Willis. And Megan Willis. Again there, that's Megan Willis making it 24-22 Meadville as they are now 1 point away from going to 2-0 on the season. Willis will serve. Willis. Dug out Shattuck. Mindweezer. Sittler tips. Oh, and Point Meadville, they win the match with a 25-22 victory in 4 sets over the Warren Dragons. Again, the set scores go 25-13 Meadville, 25-21 Warren, 25-21 Meadville, and 25-22 Meadville. The Bulldogs move to 2-0 on the season. The Dragons 0-1. Before we sign off here, we want one more opportunity to thank our sponsors. Excel Pediatric Speech and Language Center. Is your child struggling with language development? Looking for quality pediatric speech therapy in a welcoming family environment? Then call Excel Pediatric Speech and Language Center at 814-2872. Now accepting new patients in their new location at 616 South State Street in North Warren. Erica, Jenna, and Brooke are ready to help your child excel. Call 814-723-2872 to speak with their friendly staff today. Shout out to Katie from Mom and Dad. And by Borger and Horsley. Borger and Horsley attorneys and counselors at law. Visit them at 301 Market Street in Warren or call 814-723-5030. YourDailyLocal.com, bringing you your daily local news written by local journalists. YourDailyLocal.com, the news you need when you need it. And D910sports.com. We want to thank you for joining our broadcast tonight. D910sports.com is your home for all the action in District 9 and 10. At D910sports.com, we bring scores, recaps, and stories on the teams and athletes across District 9 and 10. And don't forget to check out our live broadcast, D9 and 10 Sports, your home for everything District 9 and 10. Again, for Brian Hagberg, I am Andy Close. Meadville defeating Warren in volleyball 3-1. We hope you've enjoyed tonight's broadcast on D910sports.com. Until next time, this is Andy Close signing off.